All things are full of life and consciousness, contrary to the views of the atomists. Spirituality. Most of us don't like to hear this word, as we think it is impractical and imaginary and has nothing to do with real life. We cannot measure spirituality or quantify it by some instrument, and we cannot observe the benefits of spirituality directly from an enlightened person. We don't understand what it is and what's use of it. We are in the age of materialism, which impacts our worldview so much that if we cannot observe or quantify something, we instantly, without any second thought, disregard it completely, even though it might change our life completely. This is what's happening with spirituality. If someone tries to share their spiritual experiences, we just cut them instantly, like it's not practical, tangible or logical. But remember, at the core of life, it's not logical, but magical. Whatever we do in our life is to make it more magical. We all want our life to be magical and mystical. At the end, this is what we are aiming for. In a scientific and logical method, what do? We first do an experiment. We observe how it works out and then decide if it really works or not. But what are we doing with spirituality? We just beforehand decide that it is airy-fairy and does not work, without even trying it, which just goes against the scientific process. To know something, what really is, we need to try it first and then decide. The dismissal itself is unscientific, and you can easily see the paradox here. So what is spirituality? Spirituality is not a religion, fairy tales and myths. Scientific people fall into a trap where they think spirituality is equals religion. But spirituality does not equals religion. It is developing a very deep connection with reality, a connection to the existence of wonder itself. If you are a scientific guy and you wonder about all sorts of things, then you might see what I am trying to say. For example, when you are out in nature and you are seeing a sunset, you can feel your consciousness has elevated and you are in a sense of wonder. It's just not a good feeling, but a very deep connection with nature and existence itself. Not just some superficial, but a very deep connection. When you watch a sky full of stars and see how big it is, how vast it is, you think nothing, or say nothing, and you are in a deep connection with existence itself. And this connection is just everywhere. You can be in a state of awe by anything. All these examples are diluted spirituality. It is 0.00001% of real spirituality. You know, this kind of connections happen very rarely, like 1% of our lifetime. Spirituality is about increasing these connections, which you feel so rarely, to some higher extent. When you start doing spirituality, your connection with reality starts